What if you were challenged by a simple question? Is it Maliki Yawmiddin or Maliki Yawmiddin? Today we'll explore an argument often used by proponents of Hadith, an argument centered around the variant readings of the Quran. It's essential to clarify from the outset that this video aims to scrutinize the validity of this well-known argument and not to express our stance on Hadith or variant readings of the Quran. They assert that these variations present a significant dilemma in determining the authentic version of the Quran. The solution they propose lies in the Hadith, which claims that the Quran was revealed in 7 dialects. This argument essentially presents a two-step approach. Premise 1, the Quran has variant readings. Premise 2, the Hadith provides an answer to this issue. The conclusion drawn is that this validates the Hadith. But does this argument hold water? Is it as simple as it appears? Or are there deeper layers that we need to peel back and examine? This leads us to the conclusion that the Hadith is validated. But is it that simple? Let's delve deeper. In our quest for truth, we must first address the conclusion of the argument. The proponents of Hadith suggest that because one Hadith offers a solution to the issue of variant readings, the entire corpus of Hadiths suddenly becomes true and justified. But is that a logical conclusion? To illustrate this point, let's consider an analogy. My father often has contradictory opinions. My mother, however, defends him, saying this is perfectly normal behavior. If we follow the argument of the Hadith proponents, since my mother provides a solution to my father's contradictory behavior, everything she says should henceforth be taken as truth. Does that sound rational to you? This line of thinking falls into the trap of what is known as the fallacy of composition. This is the error of assuming that what is true for a part must also be true for the whole. We cannot assume the whole is true based on one part. Now, let's shift our focus to the second premise of the argument. The proponents claim that the Hadith, itself considered a revelation, provides a solution to the variant readings in the Quran, also a revelation. This suggests that both the Quran and the Hadith are revelations, and thus a revelation is providing a solution to a revelation. It's like saying, I have a problem, but there is no problem because I say so. Let's illustrate this with a simple analogy. My family has a significant issue, yet there's no issue because my family says so. Can you see the circular reasoning at play here? This line of reasoning, where the conclusion is also its premise, is a logical fallacy. This circular logic casts doubt on the validity of the argument. It's intriguing to note that they tend to sidestep certain variant readings. For instance, consider Quran 3, 146, where the Hafs reading uses the word qatala, meaning fought, while the Varsh reading employs kutila, meaning was killed. Likewise, consider Quran 2, 184, where the Hafs reading concerning compensation for not fasting mentions ta'ammu miskinin, translating to a compensation by feeding a poor man. In contrast, the Varsh reading substitutes it with ta'ami masakina, meaning a redemption by feeding poor men. Why they sidestep? It's time to question if the Hadith truly offers a solution or poses further challenges. Let's delve deeper. The Hadith, according to proponents, provides a solution to the variant readings of the Quran. But does it really solve the issue, or does it introduce a new set of challenges to the reliability of the Quran? Let's explore a few examples out of many, starting with Sahih Bukhari, 5038, which depicts the Prophet as forgetful. Allah's Messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night and said, "May Allah bestow His mercy on him as He has reminded me of such and such verses of such and such surahs which I was caused to forget." Sahih Bukhari 6063 describes the Prophet as a possessed and forgetful individual. Magic was worked on Allah's apostle so that he used to think that he had sexual relations with his wives while he actually had not. We don't accept a hadith from a narrator known to be forgetful. What if the Prophet himself is described as forgetful and possessed by demons in a hadith? Let's take a moment to reflect on Sunan Ibn Majah 1944 and in Al-Muwatta, Kitab al-Rida, hadith number 17 says there are missing verses in the Quran. Aisha narrated the verse of stoning and of breastfeeding an adult 10 times was revealed, and the paper was with me under my pillow. When the Messenger of Allah died, we were preoccupied with his death, and a tame sheep came in and ate it. Yes, when we present this, some may argue that they are abrogated. But then, are they willing to assert that there is no punishment of stoning for adultery? Zina? Why do they advocate for the practice of something they themselves claim to be abrogated? As we wrap up, Hadith cannot be justified by raising the question of variant reading. It is a fallacious argument. Some Hadith pose challenges to the credibility of the Quran, rather than giving a solution to the problem. Ultimately, this discussion underscores the importance of rigorous scholarship, open dialogue, and a nuanced understanding of religious texts. As we navigate these intricate issues, let's strive for intellectual honesty, humility, and a commitment to seeking truth. Thank you for joining me on this journey of inquiry. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning. Peace be upon you.